Good morning. Oh, that's better. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. We're going to be talking about freedom this morning. The city of Leicester now. You're not allowed to leave Leicester. You've got to be turned around by the Gestapo. And that's exactly what they are. They are Gestapo. It's only a very short video this morning, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know. Now, we have a situation in this country where a lot of people still think they're free. And you're not free. You're slaves. Must understand you're slaves, first and foremost. You should never have a state party that can tell you where you can go, where you can't go, how to dress, how not to dress, what to eat, what you can, can't eat. You've got shopkeepers in this country that are in too much fear of opening up because Boris Johnson has sent his hit squad round. That's not the England I know and love. That's not the England I know and love. There's no fairness. They're going to be going cashless as well in the next 4 years. Plum Centre yesterday had a phone call from my good friend Simon Lorkin, and he said he went to pay for some stuff in cash the other day at Plum Centre, and the manager or the guy behind the counter said, "We don't accept cash." Well, afraid the Bank of England, the good old Bank of England, says you should take cash, legal tender and all that, in the legal world. But oh no, Plum Centre have decided no, and that because he didn't have a card, the guy whipped the materials away and had a snarly looking face. I think he was more upset with the company policy than anything else. And I've got a big thing out there for all these merchants, especially my merchant, City Plumbing. You go cashless, I won't be buying nothing from you anymore. Simple as. I just won't buy nothing from you. Because that's the power that we possess. So we're living in a Stasi, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to close the beaches. Matt Hancock, the slime bucket, Cockwomble, said he was going to shut the beaches. Do you understand what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I truthfully hope you understand what's going on. Now, me, myself, I'm here to help bring about 1,000 years of peace. How's about that? Would you like 1,000 years of peace? I want 1,000 years of peace. I want 1,000 years of freedom. I'm not living in tyranny. And this lockdown is whatever it is you want to call it. It's a military exercise. It is a military exercise. I had some materials dropped off yesterday, and the driver of my local merchants, I have a right giggle with him. And he said he went to this multi-millionaire's house the other day. This geezer is a Ukrainian or something like that. He said he holds the Guinness World Record for doing landing an aeroplane on a roof. Yeah, so I might want to go and Google that. This guy landed his little Pit Special, whatever it is, this aeroplane on a roof of a building. He said he's crazy as a cockwomble. He said, but this guy, he's screaming from the rooftops. This is a multi-millionaire that this coronavirus pandemic scamdemic is a fucking massive fraud. And I said, well, this guy's obviously not. He's switched on. So that's quite encouraging when you've got people like that, big multi-millionaires and stuff that have a big sort of say in this country with their spending power and their wealth. That's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. We've got a lot of people that I'm dealing with at the minute that work in big corporations that have big levers in the corporate world that have had enough, that have said this has gone too far. You can't go into an hospital now without wearing a mask. You can't get on a bus without wearing a mask. You can't get on a train without wearing a mask. The Gestapo have taken over all the train stations, all the buses. We should never have a big state militia in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want you to understand that to have a big state militia in this country, which is what we have now, right, is really fucking dangerous. Really, really dangerous. It's not our way. It's not England's way. Buckingham Palace is boarded up. The Queen's disappeared. Where the fuck's the Queen gone? Ain't heard eyed or air of her. Prince Andrew, not heard nothing, which is a good thing. Leicester, you can't go out of Leicester, Janet. Nice to see you, Jan. Is this your first time, Jan? If it is, please consider subscribing, liking it, and the share button. There's a little bell button notification. If you hit that, bomb, you'll get it come straight in future. Prince Andrew's done a runner after that interview. I'm not surprised. Prince Harry disappeared. Why did Harry just leave off and go ta-ta? Why did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just go, this is a bit too strong for me, I'm out? That's unheard of, uncanny. And the Queen just went, yeah, whatever. So there's something going on within the royals, for sure there is. Buckingham Palace all been boarded up. Now, someone said to me the other day, well, they've boarded it all up, Dave. They've boarded all the windows up because they're refurbishing it. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as a man that works in the building industry, the last thing you do to a property when you refurb it is board it up. If it's under attack from nasty little youths wanting to break into it and set fire to it, etc., then you've got no choice but to put arras fencing and a few window shutters up. But the last thing you would ever want in a building is, I'm an old, oh, sweetheart, that's lovely. Thanks very much for subscribing. The last thing you'd ever do with a building is board the windows up, because firstly, you've got to see what colour. Like this Cadbury's purple, this colour here, Cadbury's purple. I know you're all loving it. Changes colour during the day. It won't look the same later on tonight when I turn the lights on. It changes. It's just got a beautiful glow about it, right? Some like it, some don't. I just got it for a tenner. It was cheap paint, but it's lovely. I quite like it. It makes me want to buy chocolate. Yeah, Cadbury's purple. So that's just how it is. So why is Buckingham Palace boarded up? Where's the Queen? We've now got a Nazi-style Gestapo. Sorry, you can't come out of Leicester. It's like plantation mentality, right? Now, many of our Afro-Caribbean brothers and sisters and African brothers and sisters, their families will remember and been told about the history of the plantations and the slaves on the plantation. Now, here's the thing, right? With the slaves on the plantation, they were getting whipped and abused, and they become non-productive. They were sitting around playing with their testicles all day, right? Couldn't be asked to work. So then what happened is this slave owner was like, well, this ain't too productive. So someone come along and said, right, I've got an idea. Let's try this. He said, I've worked it down the road. It's much more productive. So they pulled all the slaves up that were on the plantation. The slaves were sat there going, they're all listening. And the boss goes, right, he says, here's my good friend Buddy. He says he's going to have a chat with you. This is about freedom. And they said, oh, fucking hell, freedom. I've not heard of this before. So this slave owner's Buddy said, right, from today, slavery is finished. No more slavery, no more plantation. You're free to go. And they all looked at each other and went, okay, now. They said, but watch out. It's a dangerous world out there, and we can offer you protection here. What we'll do, we'll give you a few pence a week. We'll pay you. And you'll start working and you'll start profiting from what we do. You're part of the family now. You're part of the shareholders. Blah blah blah. And they all went, fucking hell, can't live a laugh. This is amazing. So they started working, and then they found that one of the slaves, or not the slaves no more, was pilfering, was nicking. So the slave owner found out, and not a slave owner at the time, but he found out, and he dragged this one up that was nicking, and he dragged all the other previous slaves up and said, right, this Herbert's been nicking from you lot now, because this ain't just my plantation. He's used his brain. But he's nicking from you lot. What should we do? They're going, fucking whip him. He's nicking from us. Previously, they said, no, you leave him alone, he's a brother. Now it's like, oh, he's nicking from us lot. He's affecting our, well, we're going to have to take out your wages. See the psychology behind all this monetary stuff, right? So that's what the slaves did. That's how the slave trade went. So people on the plantations were freed, but they were paid for a living, and none of them ever left and went elsewhere. So it was just the mentality switch up, all right? But we have a situation there in Leicester. If you try to get out of Leicester, by the way, Leicester, they've just had 5G massively rolled out. And 5G network's just gone completely live. And if you get, this is God's honest truth, if you get a map, get a world map, type into Google coronavirus areas, you'll get the map of the coronavirus come up in certain areas in hotspots, this, that, the other. And then if you put a 5G layer where the 5G is going over the top, lay the two over the top, they're basically carbon copies. So you've got to wonder what's going on there. Got to wonder what's going on there with the 5G and the gamma waves and all that come out from 5G technology. I wouldn't be standing under no 5G mask, ladies and gentlemen, unless you want your ears to start nanu, start wiggling like beacons. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Just because you can't see it, don't mean that's not hurting you. So the point is this. People at Leicester now have been told, yeah, you can't leave Leicester. Our police are going to stop you at checkpoints. Fucking checkpoints? This is fucking England. Now you've got to turn back, got to go home. What the fucking hell's that about? Matt Hancock, we're going to shut the beaches down. What do you mean you're going to shut? They're going to shut. Guys, you've got to realise this is a test. They're testing out a military operation here. I'm a bit of a statistician. I use my brain. I see what goes on. So don't go waving your flags, fucking singing Rule Britannia anymore, because you're not free. You need to understand, first and foremost, you are not fucking free. Far from free. You're the furthest from freedom that I think we've ever been. And to all the people that work in the system, the police that are just following out these Nazi fucking orders, stopping people leaving their cities and turning back and turning to go home, shame on you. Shame on you for allowing this to happen. You're not doing it, we're doing it just to keep safe. That was, the Germans used to use the phrase, they used to coin the phrase, we're doing it for your safety. Yeah, now why are you shooting them people against? It's for your safety. Don't worry about it. Don't question us. Just let us crack on. So this is the situation we're in right now in this country. And I hope that a lot of you patriots, a lot of you good souls out there, black, white, Chinese, whatever colour you are, I couldn't give a fuck. Whatever your colour you are, you all need to come together, right? Because, look, this isn't a war between us as a people. This isn't a war between the BLM and that drives me mad, because that's just all stereotypical, man. And I hate stereotypical stuff, the phrases, the coinage of the stereotypical world. Oh, he's black. Oh, she's Chinese. Oh, he's gay. It's a stereotypical reaction, and you get triggered by that stereotypical reaction, and you become Agent Smiths from the Matrix, where you just explode because you suffer from cognitive dissonance and you don't see the big picture. Now, there is an enemy in this country, but the enemy is from within, and it's not about fighting between the people and different colours and different races and different genders and different what. It's about us lot understanding from whatever walks of life we come from, you know, whether you're from St Paul's in Bristol or deepest, darkest, southeast London, it don't matter. What is important is that you understand that you should not be fighting against the people. You have a common enemy, and that common enemy is the state, because all these deprived areas where nothing goes on and they all fight for a living and they all fight for survival to try and get a few quids or whatever, that's all by design, ladies and gentlemen. The system has designed it that way. Scarcity, Hunger Games. It's a Hunger Games situation. And I'm absolutely sick of it. And I want to see a change. I want 1,000 years of peace. How dare I? But look, you're not free. When you have a state party that can stop you leaving Leicester and turn you around and will not leave you out of that jurisdiction, you've really got a problem. And there's, oh no, we're just doing it to keep you safe. Well, the ability to keep yourself safe lies within you, not within a state party, not within this mentality of, oh, we're doing it to keep. No, you're not. You're doing a military fucking operation, and you're seeing how far you can get away with this before people turn on you, and whether they do turn on you. That's what the government are doing. Now, business owners, like in shopping centres and shops, oh, I can't open up, I'm not allowed to go back to work. What the fucking hell's wrong with your mentality? What do you mean you're not allowed to go back? It's like you're grown men and women, but you're like children. The government says, I can't go back to work to the 5th of July. Why is that? Oh, because they said so. Well, if they said, go and put your head in the oven, would you do it? Turn on the gas. Bob's your uncle. Now click the igniter. Now go bang. Boom. Would you do it? No, you wouldn't do it, because your morals will go, no, what are you chatting about? It's going to harm me. All this stuff that they're doing is harming you, okay? It's not about keeping you safe. It's about keeping you under the thumb, ladies and gentlemen. That's all this is about the thumb in the back of your head. Shopkeepers need to grow up here. There's shopkeepers now in Leicester saying, we ain't fucking shutting down. We're not shutting our shops. You've done enough harm. The amount of damage that's happened in this country before I disappear, because I've got to go to work myself this morning, another 5 minutes, because time flies when you're on here, let me tell you. The amount of damage that has been done to people's lives, sanctity, and mentality, having to wear masks, having no choice in it, has done far more damage than this coronavirus. Yes, people have been dying of whatever it is they've been dying of. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, people die every day. And I said to the guy I was working with yesterday down at Sevenoaks, I said, look, I'd rather catch it and die, but have freedom to make my own choices. I would rather carry on doing what I'm doing, catch it as a consequence of my own actions and freedoms, and die from it. I really would, because I'm not living a life in suppression and living a life on my knees. I won't never live on my knees. No copper's not going to ever stop me doing whatever it is I want to do. They're Stasi. They're a Gestapo. They're fucking evil people. All men are created equal, ladies and gentlemen, devoured with unalienable rights from their creator. That's the truth. But we're now in a crisis situation where we do everything that the state party says. So shopkeepers, grow a pair of balls with you. What is the problem with you? I swear, if the government said tomorrow, right, okay, everyone tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock sharp, have your cornflakes, stick your onion on the top, and then pull down your oven door, turn it on, let it get to 100 degrees, and whack your head in there for 10 minutes until you're dead. I would suggest a lot of people in this country would actually follow out them orders. These people like Matt Hancock, Boris Johnson, they're reveling in this. They're reveling in it. They're like a pig in a pigsty right now, rolling on their back. They're stinking up like there's no tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, they are laughing their heads at how easy it was to get 65 to 70 million people of this great country just to roll the fuck over. They're laughing. They can't get over it. They're like, how simple are these people? Now, I'm not knocking everyone, because they've all had their balls kicked and all been taught wrong over the years. They say, oh, this is the law, you must have this is the law. No, it's not. Everything that this government does is not law, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a legislative rule of their said society. But they've got to prove that you're part of that society, because all men are created equal, right? That's where we're at. So shopkeepers, grow a pair, open up, for fuck's sake, before this country descends into absolute chaos. Because now we've let all these big corporations that the government have said you can stay open because you're so-called key workers. Now, what the fuck a key worker is, I've got no idea. We're all key. We're all equal. There's no such thing as a key worker, only in this corporate bullshit Nazi-style system. So they're letting all these big corporations open so they can monopolise, right? And they're monopolising. And they're going to go cashless. There's going to be and look, cash is king, right? I've always said cash is king. Whatever you can do, get out there. Use the cash machines. Draw cash out. You need to put such a demand. You need to be talking to your friends and families right now, ladies and gentlemen, before they switch you off. I'll tell you how dangerous this is. If you go cashless, which will happen, I'm pretty sure at the current state of quo, cashless will be in. If you don't play ball, and if you question the speeding fine, or you question the council and don't pay your council tax, etc., 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 guess what? They're going to turn you off. They're going to turn off your ability to purchase anything. Food, eggs, water, you name it, they're going to go, sorry, you broke the rules. We're turning you off. Your credit stream is fucked. Cash is a different story. You can still go down the shop. You've got no idea what's going to happen if cash goes. It's going to be a fucking dark cloud over this country, because it gives you an ability to have some slight freedoms. If you go into a restaurant now, you've got to tell them your name. I'd just take my sovereign decree and say, there you go. Take a piece out of that. Merv, hello, Gorge. I've got to get going anyway. So look, just think about the words we're saying, guys. You need to share this. You need to talk to your friends and family. Actually, it's quite funny. My mate's mum came out of hospital yesterday. She's had a bout of cancer. She got sepsis. She's just come out of hospital. And she said to her daughter, fuck it. She said, we're having a barbecue at the weekend. She says, the government are like the blind leading the blind. She said they can poke it up their bums. So there's a lot of people in this country now that have got this mentality, right? You are now in July, yeah, and this has been in for about the last 3.5, 4 months, and it's not funny no more, is it? You're not enjoying this so much no more, are you? Yeah. So the people of Leicester, they can't go nowhere. They're trapped in Leicester. Now that defined. So let's just say Leicester, the boundary, bomb. So this street, this side, this not in that Leicester boundary, that postcode, whatever, are free to go about their stuff, but the people this side, they can't. What's all that about? Tell me that's not a military exercise. Tell me that they're not now using Leicester as a live example of what the fuck they're going to get away with. Yeah. Personally, if it ever come here, I would pack my bags up, walk down the coast, and go and live in a fucking cave off the beach somewhere. I would. This country is fucking in such a sad state. You need to get rid of this state party, ladies and gentlemen. You need to collapse this fucking new world order, this one world government. I tell you what, if you don't do it soon, if you don't all come together, you really all need to come together, like a Pamela Anderson porn video. Let me tell you, really, really fucking do. Because I tell you, they're going for the gold now. I always said that after the Brexit thing, the European Union were going to have its tentacles so firmly gripped into this country, which they have. Mainly all these directives from Boris and that came from Europe. Make no mistake about it, right? Because that's what this Brexit thing was all about. It was to divert your attention away from them putting the last few nails in the top of the coffin lid. You don't expect the European Union to have been in this country for the last 40-odd years and just to walk away quietly without making a smell. They're not going to do it. So this has all been about the European Union implementing its martial law on us. We're fucking sickos. We've got to wake up. Big time. UK media. All right, gorgeous. Lovely to see you. So, yeah, just think on what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen. Share this with your friends, families, loved ones. We are in a very weird place right now when they can just switch you on and turn you off and you just do what they say. I don't know what the future holds for you all. I really don't. We've got to be fighting back. It's in Oz. It's going back in lockdown. So it's just... for this little nonsensical virus that's not really affecting many people. No worse than the common flu. People. Anyway, I love you as always. Tonight I'm on Wake Up UK. We've got Anne-Marie Waters on Wake Up UK now. She's on there last night. I'm on there from 9 o'clock tonight till 10:15. If you fancy joining, that's wakeupuk.net. And I'll see you all a little bit later today, ladies and gentlemen. Keep spirits up. Don't let the bastards grind you down. And I tell you what, we're in some really weird times right now. Really weird times. And I do believe that there's good come out of all this. But I want you all to come together. We need to come together. Get over to Earth United as well. Get over to Earth United. Get yourself down on their list, on their database, right? Because this is a worldwide thing. We need to do this worldwide because every country needs to come together. And the Earth United web, the portal, gives us the ability for all of us to come together, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a fantastic platform. You're going to learn a lot. That's Earth United. I'll be working with Jesse as well, who is part of a voice for the Earth United platform. So if you fancy getting over there, get over to Earth United. I'm going to be sharing a lot of Earth United videos. We're asking people from around the world now all to come together under one umbrella and one cause. It'll be fantastic. See you all soon. Take care.